introduction to the operating mode of GOGOLEE's roasting software. Let's briefly go over the screen that appears after starting up, beginning with the 5 function buttons in the upper right corner. First, you'll see the button in the upper right corner that resembles an equalizer. This button is for the manual system, which is entirely controlled by you. In manual mode, the roaster is fully controlled by the roast master, including adjustments to fan speed, drum rotation speed, and heat intensity. Next, the second button from the right is for the AI fully automatic mode. In this mode, the machine itself determines the appropriate timing for bean loading, as well as parameters like drum rotation speed, fan speed, and other related settings. Next, let's look at the third button from the right, which resembles a stack of papers. This is the replication mode. After using the manual mode, the button on the far right, and finding that the roast curve was ideal, you can use this replication feature. It allows you to select the date and specific parameters of a roast you were satisfied with and replicate that curve for a future roasting session. Now, let's take a look at the fourth button on the right, the semi-automatic button. What does semi-automatic mean? Essentially, it allows you to avoid the hassle of constant manual adjustments. For example, you can preset certain parameters for fan speed and drum rotation. You might tell the system that after reaching the turnaround point, the drum should speed up, the fan speed should decrease, and the heat should increase to start the drying phase. Similarly, when the temperature reaches 130 degrees Celsius, you can set it to either increase or decrease the heat, or adjust the drum speed up or down as needed. We also have an additional feature where you can specify the rate of rise target at certain temperatures. For instance, you might want the temperature curve to stay between 8 to 12, or 10 to 12 degrees per minute. Our control cannot have a very narrow range, as computer adjustments naturally fluctuate within a small margin. So, rather than setting it precisely to 10, you might set a range, like 7 to 9, allowing it to oscillate within that margin. Once you've set all parameters, you can leave the rest to the computer, which will automatically handle the roasting process. This is the semi-automatic mode. How does it differ from the AI fully automatic mode on the right? The AI mode uses generalized roast curves, derived from many roast masters. It's like a broad-spectrum cold medicine that covers symptoms like headaches, runny nose, cough, and fever, a versatile approach. With semi-automatic mode, however, you can customize it based on your bean's characteristics. For instance, if your beans have high moisture content, you might develop your own roast curve, adjusting heat and drum speed in the drying stage. You can set these preferences in advance, and AI will execute them, allowing you to enjoy a cup of coffee while waiting for the roast, free from any stress. Next, let's look at the gear icon, which is the settings button. This button is primarily used by our engineering team during maintenance or when adjusting internal parameters. Therefore, its functions are generally not accessible to users. Finally, let's look at the top left button, which is the end button. This button enables a fully automated shutdown of the roasting process. When your roast is complete, simply press this button, and it will prompt you to confirm whether you'd like to finish. Once confirmed, the AI will cool down everything to a safe temperature and automatically close all vents and other components. Afterward, all you need to do is turn off the power, close the gas tank valve, and secure the lid. The AI machine makes ending a roast very convenient, allowing for fully automated cooling to avoid any button mishaps. Just ensure the power supply remains uninterrupted during this process. Finally, let's take an overall look at the main screen. About 2/3 of the screen resembles graph paper, displaying the dynamic temperature readings. When roasting manually, you need only focus on the bean temperature. The P1 and P3 indicators provide AI with information on heat transfer within the drum. Additionally, the AI receives linear feedback from these 3 thermometers and the fan vent thermometer, gathering critical information like pressure differentials and humidity changes, which it uses to make necessary adjustments. Therefore, in manual mode, the roast master primarily needs to monitor the bean temperature and the rate of rise at the bottom of the screen. This concludes our brief introduction to the first screen. Thank you.